What's the point of being athletic if you don't play sports? I recently posted a video of some sprint and field work that I've been doing, and someone left that exact comment, which I think is important to address. What's the point of having that athleticism if you don't play any sports competitively? At first, it sounded kind of snarky to me, but the more I thought about it, the more I realized something. That question actually reveals a huge misunderstanding about training and about fitness, and it perfectly explains why so many people who train hard actually become less athletic over time. Because a lot of people today seem to believe that athleticism and movement capacity only matter if you are currently a competitive athlete. And personally, I think that idea couldn't be more backwards. Athleticism isn't just for athletes. It's one of the most important physical capacities a human being can possess. Modern gym culture has turned training into a kind of identity war. Strength versus aesthetics, powerlifting versus bodybuilding, cardio versus weights. Everyone arguing about which single physical quality matters most. But somewhere along the way, we lost sight of something much more fundamental. The ability to move well. Not just to lift weights, not just to look good, not just to slog away endlessly on the treadmill at 5 miles per hour, but to run, jump, react, accelerate, and change direction. To move swiftly, gracefully, and powerfully through space. In other words, athleticism. And don't get me wrong, strength matters a lot. Muscle mass matters a lot. Being able to squat, deadlift, press, and carry heavy loads is incredibly valuable. I spent many years building up those qualities in myself. But strength alone doesn't automatically translate into real-world movement ability. You can be extremely strong and still struggle to sprint, jump, react quickly, or change direction efficiently. Because those qualities depend on something more than raw strength. They require coordination, elasticity, timing, and the ability to produce force very quickly. Strength is the foundation, but it is not the entire structure. Athleticism is what happens when strength is expressed through movement. And if movement never becomes part of your training, then strength never fully develops into real physical capability. And speaking of training movement, one thing that I've been doing recently to work on footwork, bounciness, and reaction is getting back into tennis training. Growing up, I played tennis for many years, but the problem now is finding someone to hit with consistently. And that's exactly where the PongBot Pace S Pro comes in. The Pace S Pro is basically an AI-powered tennis training partner that lets you train realistic rally situations, even when you're all by yourself. What makes this machine different from traditional ball machines is that it doesn't just fire balls to preset locations. It actually tracks your movement on the court in real time and adjusts the feed based on where you are and how you're moving on the court. So instead of just mindlessly hitting the same shot over and over again, it creates a much more realistic training rhythm, almost like you're rallying with another player. You also get access to a dedicated app where you can design your own completely custom sessions or run over 500 pre-programmed drills. It also adjusts the difficulty based on NTRP levels, so as you improve, the training actually scales with you and keeps things challenging. And the performance range is legit. It can fire balls up to 80 miles per hour with heavy topspin or heavy backspin, along with varied depth and varied angles, which makes it capable of simulating real match challenges. One feature I especially like is something called the recovery trigger. So the machine waits until you've recovered back into position before sending you the next ball, which makes it great for practicing your footwork and court movement, which means you're not just practicing hitting tennis balls, you're actually training organic movement at the same time. So if you're someone who enjoys tennis or who just wants a way to train movement and coordination on the court without needing a partner every time, the Pace S Pro is an impressive piece of tech that fits the bill perfectly. You can check it out using the link in the description. I hope you guys enjoy, and now back to the video. But in the modern world, in 2026, what's the point of being athletic, doing athletic things, practicing and building movement capacity if you aren't using it to play sports? For almost all of human history, physical capability and survival itself meant movement, running, jumping, climbing, reacting. Those abilities weren't optional. They literally determined survival. And even today, if you look at what people admire physically, it's almost always movement-based. The fastest sprinter, the highest jumper, the most explosive athlete. There's a reason that people are captivated by Olympic sprinting or incredible plays in professional sports. We are innately hardwired to respect movement capacity. But the modern world is built to eliminate movement. Take the elevator instead of the stairs. Roll your suitcase instead of carrying it. Drive, don't walk, and be sure to park your car in the closest spot to the door that you possibly can. After all, you wouldn't want the sunlight offending your skin for too long as you move from your air-conditioned car to the next air-conditioned building. We've designed an environment where you can get halfway across the world while only taking a handful of steps on your own 2 feet. Or you can go your entire life without ever moving quickly, jumping, reacting, or accelerating. And over time, that ability simply disappears. We seem to all possess it as children, and then it disappears in nearly every single adult. Movement becomes a lost art. By the time most people hit the 4th decade of life, they can barely sprint or jump at all anymore. A few generations down the line, humanity becomes the embodiment of the people in the movie WALL-E. And even if you never play a competitive sport again, athletic ability still has enormous value. For one thing, it's practical. Being able to run fast, react quickly, and move quickly can genuinely save your life or somebody else's life in unexpected situations. But beyond that, evolution hasn't outpaced technological development. What were once necessary skills for survival are still the same physical qualities that allow the body to thrive in the long run. Athletic training has incredible effects on the body. When I sprint, jump, or do explosive movement work, I simply feel better. My joints feel better, my energy levels and mental clarity improve. My body feels loose and capable. Movement acts like medicine. So there's another huge reason I think athleticism matters, and that's longevity. Strength is incredibly important as we age, but movement capacity might be even more important. The ability to run, jump, balance, react, and coordinate your body through space keeps your nervous system sharp and your joints functioning properly. It's actually the fitness fountain of youth. People often think that aging means slowly becoming more fragile and less capable, but a lot of that decline isn't caused by aging itself. It's caused by the gradual disappearance of movement. When people stop sprinting and stop jumping and stop reacting and they stop moving dynamically, their body slowly forgets how to do those things. But if you keep training movement throughout your life, you preserve a huge amount of that physical capability. That's why the way I train today looks a little bit different from traditional gym training, and it looks a little bit different from the way that I used to train 5 or 10 years ago. I still lift weights hard and heavy and often because strength and muscle mass matter. But a large portion of my training is now dedicated to movement. Sprints, jumps, agility work, and explosive drills. The goal isn't just to be strong or jacked, it's to be overall capable. You don't need a sport to train like an athlete. You just need to remember what the human body was designed to do. Because strength is great. Looking good is great, but the ability to move powerfully and effortlessly through the world is a physical capacity that will always matter. You can't escape evolution. Movement may not be directly tied to survival anymore, but it certainly used to be, and we evolved to move. If you remember that simple fact and use it to anchor your training, then your fitness, your longevity, your energy levels, and your focus and your overall quality of life are all but guaranteed to shoot to the next level. That's all I got for today, guys. Please make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to my channel, and leave me some love in the comments down below. Be sure to check out EnkiriEliteFitness.com for online coaching and training programs. You can use code CONJUGATE20 to get 20% off the Enkiri Elite Conjugate Method, or code TAKE10 to get 10% off any of my programs. I hope the ideas presented in this video help you to take both your gains and your overall health and functionality to the next level. Keep training hard, and I will catch you guys next time.